How you doing, Hunter?
Hey, good. How are you doing?
Yeah, really good, thanks. Sorry, my light's terrible. It's like 8 p.m. in London and it's pitch black outside.
Oh, you're not. I'm in New Zealand, so I just got up. It's 7. It's almost 8 a.m. here.
The
Yeah.
wonders of technology these days.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just going to get started. I really enjoyed the movie. I thought your performance was fantastic as well. And I mean, just going back to the kind of very beginning of the kind of this project, how did you first come to be involved in the wilderness, and what was it about this particular story that really appealed to you?
Um, yeah, I first got involved because Aaron Paul reached out. I had played a younger version of him in an Apple TV Plus series, um, and he reached out and said his friend Amy Berg and her son Spencer had this script, and he really wanted that they thought I'd be right for it, so he sent it over. And once I read Spencer's script, I mean, to be honest, I was like excited just about the whole Aaron Paul of it all. But and then once I read the script, it was just like an obvious yes for me. Like Spencer's, using his own experience in a wilderness therapy program to inspire the story. It was just really powerful and so well written. I just knew I had to be a part of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think generally speaking, if Aaron Paul wants you to do something, you just say yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I mean, so far in your career, I mean, you've shown great versatility as an actor with kind of different roles in different genres. But after the kind of popularity of Wednesday, which obviously has a very specific tone and very sort of distinct identity to it, was it quite important
Totally.
for you to kind of pivot into doing something completely different, just for yourself as well, just to kind of give yourself that bit of variety?
Yeah, I love having that variety, and it's kind of come up naturally. I don't try to just like ever think of it like I'm gonna go and do this type of movie now or this type of role. It's really just about who's making it and what the script is. But it was just really fun to kind of switch gears, with Wednesday kind of being, so out of this world and fantasy and high concept to go and do something so grounded in reality and based off, Spencer's real life experience. So that was it was a new kind of pressure to it too, though.
Yeah, yeah. Well, sort of just mentioning about obviously another pressure comes from obviously having to kind of do justice as well to the world that was meant so much and was had Spencer had such a kind of emotional connection to as well. So I wondered, obviously you always lean on your directors in any project, but how useful was Spencer on this occasion in regards to kind of just being able to ask any questions to about the whole kind of experience?
Oh, it's so useful. I mean, we talked, I mean, so much before we ever even got on set, just about everything. And, I got to come on early as a producer too, and just, really trying to mine all of his stories that, he was so gracious and open to share. And so we learned so much from him. And um, when we first got out to Utah, me and the other boys in the film, Lamar and Aaron and Matt and Spencer, like went and spent a night out in the desert and kind of like learning the skills the kids would have to do at these camps. Um, and just like getting to hear Spencer's stories and us having that night of like actually being out there and bonding was, you know, really powerful. And yeah, yeah, just relied on him so much.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't know anything about wilderness therapy before this movie. To be honest, it kind of opened my eyes up to it entirely.
Yeah,
What was your knowledge like beforehand? Was it something that was kind of on your radar? Had you heard about it at all?
I have a really good friend who went to like a therapeutic boarding school. It kind of falls under the larger umbrella of the like troubled teen industry. And so I knew his experience at that school, but I didn't know about wilderness therapy programs either. Yeah, now it's been like just really gratifying throughout this whole experience to get to like see, just learn so much about this world and the abuse that these kids have gone through. And it's been really nice to work with some foundations as we're promoting the film, and like unsilenced and getting to hear from other survivors of these camps and just learn more about it. And yeah, but I'd never heard of it either.
And you mentioned before that you obviously were a producer on this. Just how much does that kind of change your overall investment and your overall role on a project like this? Because obviously, having been in sort of many sort of shows or films before, where you're kind of there as an actor, is there a different when you turn up to set? Is there a whole different mindset for you when you know you've got that kind of producer role as well?
Yeah, I mean, it just, it didn't change how I was approaching the role at all, but it just made me that much more invested in it. I've wanted to write and direct and produce for a long time, so just getting to have a hand in the storytelling from beginning to end has been just so fun. And I also got to, you know, come in and help us like round out the cast, and we reached out to Lamar Johnson, who I worked with in Your Honor, and he's amazing. I'm so glad we got him to come in and play Miles, and some of my other good friends, my best friend Aaron plays one of the boys, and he's amazing in it. So yeah, just I don't know, getting to be a part of the whole storytelling process was really fun and what I really want to do.
I mean, there's lots. Another great. I mean, the film looked so beautiful to kind of look at. I mean, and lots of there's obviously so much location work here. How is that for an actor? Because of course, there's something equally as amazing about being on a kind of built set and seeing the kind of meticulous attention to detail from set designers and production designers and all that sort of with all the kind of props teams. But likewise, is there something quite exciting and something very real about shooting a lot of work on location?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely makes it easier as far as the acting because you're not having to fill in any of the green screen gaps with your imagination. Yeah, we shot out in Boulder, Utah for like 5 weeks, and Spencer and Sean, our DP, who's amazing, they did this like incredible work scouting out the film and really mapping it out because there's so many different types of terrain out there, and so they mapped out kind of like each large beat of the story, and you can see that we start in this like red desert and slowly goes into forests and these grasslands, and it also just really gives you like a visual like arc to the story and a sense of like how much these kids are you know metaphorically emotionally going through but physically going through every day, and the locations are just so beautiful too. So outside of the trauma of the story, it was really lovely to be out there.
Yeah, you mentioned kind of green screen work. I mean, I've been on kind of sets before where I've kind of been on like set visits doing EPKs and seeing kind of actors working on green screen sets, and it actually requires a whole skill that I think is so kind of underappreciated because it looks so hard to just stand there with like
Yeah.
like when you first did that for the first time, how did you sort of deal with that kind of stuff? Because I guess when people are doing drama at high school or at college or at drama schools, it's all about that kind of theatrical one-on-one with the kind of other actors. But how was it when you first stepped on a kind of green screen set? And the adjustment required to kind of really adapt to it, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, it still comes down to that one-on-one with the other actor, and I mean, I'm also lucky because on Wednesday the production design's insane. Like those sets you walk into, they like all of the sets on our stages are built, and the like detail's incredible. But then you do get to the point where you have to transform into a monster, and there's only so much you can do in real life. So, yeah, it just makes your job that much easier as an actor to not have to, you know, fake it because you're already playing pretend, and then you have to add so many other layers to it.
And of course, I mean, look, we in this film, I mean, because it's a dark and very moving movie, and we see the kind of
Mm.
dark side to the kind of therapy and the kind of what these young men are kind of put through, these young boys, I should say. But sort of looking at things on a completely kind of surface level, is there something to be said? for connecting with the kind of outdoors and being without our phones and being more present, and especially for kind of young generations, I suppose, who have such remarkable technology at their fingertips. Is that something you've ever been quite consciously aware of, wanting to kind of be out, try and sometimes put your phone down in between, even on set or when you're on holiday, and just kind of be present in the world? Because I know it's something I'm rubbish at. I'm always on my phone.
Yeah, no, I'm quite terrible at it too. Uh, no, that's a lovely sentiment, but yeah, certainly not
No,
the the point of what these
no.
kids are going through. But yeah, no, I should really personally just go
Mm.
out and touch grass a little bit more.
Yeah, no, so it couldn't be further removed from the themes of the movie. I just when I was watching it,
Yeah.
it was just the idea. The only thing I sort of took that one thing about not having kind of your phones on you, sort of thing. It just like it made me think, gosh,
Yeah. No,
yeah,
even shooting it though, we were just really out in the middle of the desert. Like we would we were kind of all staying and there was like one little cul-de-sac and three of us the actors like staying in the same house together. And then we would drive to set and it would be like, an hour out into the desert. So there was no phone service. And so it was just kind of like, all of us hanging out there, which was really nice, especially the night shoots with just like how amazing the like night sky and all the stars out there with no light pollution. Yeah, it was really beautiful to be out there.
yeah. I can't believe when I leave London and I can actually see stars in the sky. In London, you can see like nothing. Sort of
Yeah,
reminds me.
I'm in LA usually, so I get you.
And I mean, your career is kind of just steadily kind of rising, and it's fair. I think it's fair to say that Wednesday has kind of accelerated that trajectory somewhat. I just wondered how you found the kind of reaction to that show and what it's kind of done for your career. Because is it quite a new kind of challenge to navigate your way around that kind of side of things, the kind of fandom, the kind of celebrity culture that kind of comes along with being in a show that kind of popular and having to like stop for selfies on the street and stuff? Is that something you're just kind of slowly getting used to with time?
I'm just so grateful for Wednesday and all the doors it's opened. I mean, I love being on that show, and I'm super excited. We're going back for season three. Um, yeah, but it's and then yeah, I'm just grateful. I mean, it's opened so many doors. I feel like you know, getting. I obviously had a connection to Aaron Paul, but I think the Wednesday success played a part into them reaching out to me about this role, and then I get to dive into this totally separate story, and um, yeah, it's been a wild ride though. I mean, none of us were expecting just the sheer number of eyes that on it that Wednesday got, and um, the reaction season two has been super fun.
Yeah, I can't think I speak on behalf of so many people that we can't wait for sort of season three. But just very finally, then before I go, because it's looking ahead as well. You were talking about kind of not sort of maybe deliberately choosing sort of certain roles, but kind of thing just taking the best parts that come to you at the right time. And I'm very pleased to see a proper horror is in on your horizon with Evil Dead Burn. How was that kind of experience making that, and what have fans of that kind of franchise got in store with that movie?
Yeah, I'm still right in the middle of it. That's why
Mm.
why I'm here
Oh
in New
wow.
Zealand. We're shooting it right now. Um, I I can like basically say nothing about it, but it's been really fun. Yeah, a true horror, like very Evil Dead. Um, and our director on this, Sebastian Vanacek, is incredible. I think, he's bringing a lot to it. His first film, Vermin, that he made in France was incredible. And he's like, I see after watching that film, I was like, oh yeah, he's the perfect choice as the next director to take the reins on Evil Dead. Um, yeah, I'm stoked for people to see this one. And you're just a very different kind of character for me, which is nice.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it sounds like as well, you've got more producing, writing, directing to come. So hopefully, can you see in your kind of immediate future a time when you might start be really creating roles for yourself as well, kind of really kind of maybe, it's not just taking on projects, but kind of being really involved right from the ground up.
Yeah, I write a lot, and I'm trying to get a feature up off the ground right now. Um, I think kind of, I don't know, like it'll kind of come down to each project, whether when it's something I've written, if I want to direct or be in it, or possibly both. But yeah, that's a big undertaking.
Yeah, I always admire people that can do that. But thank you so much anyway for your time today, Hunter. Best of luck with the rest of your shoot and with obviously the release of The Wilderness. I think I'll be
Thank you.
recommending
Thanks
it to
for,
a lot of people.
you're like the first, one of the first journalists I've got to speak to about the movie. So thanks
Oh,
for all
nice.
your kind words.
No,
Yeah.
no, no, it's really enjoyable, man. I mean, yeah, like I said, good luck with the rest of the shoot. Take care, man. Cheers.
Thanks so much.
Cheers. Bye. Cheers.
Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey, that's what they all say.
Hey, you guys!
Hey, you guys!